Hi, I'm MasterFiggy, and today I'll be doing a first impressions video of the manga Toriko, and I'll be doing a video on the first 3 volumes here. So basically, for those of you who don't know what Toriko is about, it starts off basically about this chef, a head chef at a high restaurant. Uh, he's looking for this alligator that has like the fine meat or whatever, and he asks for this guy Toriko, who's a gourmet hunter, to help him. Gourmet hunters are people who actually go out. They basically hunt down like these creatures, like these giant ass creatures that pretty much have like really good meat in them, and they're basically sold meat. They're basically bounty hunters, but for food. So basically, Toriko just goes out, and then basically the whole manga series so far, anyway, of these 3 volumes, is that him and Komatsu, that's the head chef, they basically go out and they basically find different cuisine or whatever, and that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and also the fact Toriko is actually looking for the very best menu in the world, so he's pretty much like making his own sort of course, the very best course. So he's looking for a fish course, appetizer, dessert, whatever. The art style is pretty cool. It reminds me of a lot of Dragon Ball, and sort of a mix between Dragon Ball and Bleach or Siren, sort of that sort of feel. It's pretty cool to see. The character Toriko, I find it hard to kind of like him in a way so far. It's pretty much like every other series. You have the main character, he's faced with a challenge, and it can be tough. You see them struggle, but then eventually they do get on with it. They do eventually work it out. They beat whatever obstacles in their way. For Toriko, it seems if like 2 seconds, he could just pretty much beat the crap out of anyone or anything, which isn't. It's not as entertaining, though. At the end of the volume 3, there, it does look interesting, and it might actually turn around. So maybe I'll check out more of this series. One thing I really like about this is the artwork on the creatures themselves. There's so much detail that goes into them, like fur, eyes, each individual tooth. It's amazing, and like they're all like different. Like they're all the creator's own original designs based off of real creatures. Like you have uh, creatures in here that have 4 arms, like a gorilla with 4 arms, and basically Toriko beats the crap out of like dozens of them. I thought that was a really good sort of like shonen feel of a story. I got like really hyped for it, and it was definitely worth reading that chapter. I must admit, it's in volume 1 here. Also, there's this guy here. His name is like Coco. Um, he's another gourmet hunter, and pretty much uh, he has like a bunch of poison in him, so he can like adapt to different like types of poison, which I thought was pretty cool, pretty interesting idea. I don't really remember too much about his poison, but I remember it being really cool, and he can like change his skin as well. And Komatsu is just pretty much he's kind of like a wimpy character. It's kind of like what if Luffy and Kobe actually did travel with each other in One Piece. Komatsu's pretty much Kobe in that sense. But he's not annoying really too much. At the beginning, I found him a bit annoying, but as you get on with the series, he's not too bad. He does have some uses. Overall, it's an okay series so far. Um, Art style is pretty cool. But a lot of the beasts have a lot of detail to them, which is really nice to see. The main character, Toriko himself, isn't really that great. He's able to like finish things off like really quickly, and he has a big appetite, and that's pretty much it to his character. It's nothing new, nothing really interesting. Though Komatsu's he's okay. He's not the greatest either. Character Coco, he was pretty cool to see, though we only see him briefly so far anyway. Maybe he'll come back, I don't know. Hopefully he does. And where they are right now in volume 3, like a giant coliseum where there's a bunch of beasts fighting, that was pretty interesting to see. And then like a twist ending, I won't spoil it, but it was pretty cool. A really interesting character shows up, and I might just pick up volume 4 and I'll see how that goes. If any of you read Toriko, or at least read the first like 3 volumes, or maybe the first 2, or maybe even just the first 1, I don't know, but tell me what your thoughts were. Those of you who are actually further on, please tell me if it does get better or not, without spoiling anything, please, no spoilers. And also those of you who've only seen maybe like the first episode of the anime, or maybe the first chapter of or read the first chapter of the manga, I mean, please give it another try maybe, or at least read the first volume anyway. Cause I remember I read the first volume of this online before I bought it. I didn't really like it at all. I even watched the first episode of the anime. I wasn't a big fan of it. But then I saw this in Forbidden Planet, and they didn't have much of a selection, and I thought, you know what, it's the first volume, I'll give it another try. And I found it more enjoyable than I thought, and I'm actually glad I read it to give it a try, and it's very interesting. Though it's not as interesting as I hoped, but I will definitely pick up volume 4 just to try it, and I'll see where I go from there. But Toriko, I think it's worth checking out. If you want me to do more videos like these, please tell me. As I said before, tell me your thoughts on these volumes, or maybe further on if it's worth reading. Please like, subscribe, check out more of my videos, and thank you for watching. Goodbye. 幸せの意味を探していた